This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Lots of questions here about your time in WCW. This one from Joseph Davis. On an episode of WCW Thunder, they had you wrestle David Flair. Did they spring that on you the day of the show, or was there planning on your part that went into it ahead of time?
Nope. I got there that day and they said that's what they'd like to do. Matter of fact, I had to send out and get some sweats and some sneaks, and some knee pads. And I told them, guys, I think I failed. I should warn you, I haven't been cleared, and I won't get cleared because I already tried to get cleared once before. And I left TV, went to my doctor in Charlotte. This was previous to this, and tried to get cleared because they wanted to do an angle with me, and it didn't happen. And whoever the guys were, I can't remember. I think it was Eddie, and Russo were in charge. And I don't remember, Russo may have left. I'm not positive, so don't hold it to me. But whoever it was, I just said, hey, I'll do whatever I can to help David. And it was to help David more than anything. I'm going to be very limited. But I'm just telling you up front, so this doesn't come up in legal later. I haven't been cleared. And I still haven't been cleared as we're sitting here taping this. So we went out and had a little bit of a match. There wasn't much to it, and got some people involved, Crowbar and Daphne. And here's the crazy thing. They had it gimmick, but they had a vase or something. But they hit me right on the scar with it.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, I know that was to get sympathy, but seemed kind of reckless afterwards, why you wouldn't hit me anywhere lower than that.
Right.
But it was one of those things that there were no repercussions as far as physical getting damaged any worse. But it was one of those things that you never know, because to this day, I won't know that I've went too far if I try to do something in the ring until I've went too far. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I'm sitting for what's left of my life. So I'm very careful on what I do and what I select to do as far as, physicality. There are a few things I can do safely, but who knows? But they might have been safely done before. Doesn't mean they're safe now. So, yes, I had a match, and that's the long story of it.
Let's talk about David Flair just as a sidebar. A lot of people would argue he was put into a position to fail, just by him not having an opportunity to go to wrestling school and learn how to do things the right way. And instead, he's just sort of thrown into the spotlight and, hey, you're on TV and we're going to have a match. Too much too soon, huh?
Sure. Of course. And you're Ric Flair's kid.
Yeah, that ain't easy.
Expectations are what? 25-fold what they would be from a guy just walking in off the streets.
Sure.
You should have been able to get a foundation under him before you were going to do something like that. Again, that's having the foresight to go, okay, let's do something with David, but let's give him 6 months to go down to school. Let Sarge have him, teach him some fundamentals so that he can protect himself. And, that we know he can take a bump safely, or he can give a guy something safely, and all those things. I got a feeling during this period it was, okay, Torpedo hit the Bismarck. It's starting to sink. They said it couldn't be sank. Well, it's starting to sink, and everybody was scrambling, running around, trying to figure out how to patch that hole, and just throwing people on television and coming up with angles off the top of their head, and just with no setup, build up, or anything else. This was a time when there was a mad scramble on. And I got a feeling David was caught up during that mad scramble.
Yeah, he has a good sense of humor about it too. He says something like, hey, I'm the only guy in the history of the business who did it backwards. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, I went from being on TV and sold out arenas, and I wound up in armories. It didn't go indies to the big leagues, it was big leagues to the indies. So he still has a good sense of humor about his run, or lack thereof, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.